This is it, what? Fettuccine with the team, we getting lit. What? Got it rolled up, now who really tryna hit? One, puff, puff, then we pass. Then we pass. Then we pass.
The moon is out.
And
you know what I'm saying? The tunes is out.
I'm ready to get intimate.
You ready to get intimate?
I'm ready to get intimate and then get into it.
I see what kind of mood you in today. I see what kind of mood you in. What's going on? You good? How you doing? How you feeling?
Goddamn, she in her mood.
I see.
Goddamn, she in her mood.
Well, I'm liking it. Let's keep the vibe going. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it going. There's definitely a vibe going on.
Let's bring the people along for the ride. You know what I mean?
I hope the people is ready.
It's your man EarthTone
and your man, the real Peezy, holding you down with the right dose of the highest notes.
Only the highest.
Only the highest out here. These.
You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. You feel me?
Yeah.
So how we doing? We got another round of what? These micro segments.
We got these micro segments.
I feel like we bringing it back to Old Faithful on this one.
I definitely believe that. I can second that.
Right? If you've been with us for a little minute, you know we started off one of the origins because we done changed the template up a little bit.
We have.
You know what I'm saying? We had to add a little spice here and there.
I know you dig the way I sit my style.
Exactly. Holla.
Ain't no stopping me.
They ain't ready. She going on tour anyway, by the way. Shout out. But yeah, we changed the template up a little bit, but these two have always been around from day one.
Right.
So we're gonna hit you with a Skreetz in a Smokin Section.
Skreetz in a section.
You know what I'm saying?
Spectacular.
So how you feeling? Where you been? Have you been in the streets? Like I feel like I thought you retired, honestly.
What? Wait a minute. Whoa. Wait. Hold the fucking phone. I know he not gonna bring me all the way to these type of things to tell me about retirement.
Listen.
First of all,
it's been a while since we got an update from the Skreetz, so I just figured I ain't want to press you because I didn't know. I didn't know if you ran across somebody in the streets that like had
last
you, like,
I heard, niggas is going outside and pulling niggas cars and shit in these Skreetz because niggas ain't rapping no more.
Wow,
that's what the Skreetz is really saying.
It did get spicy. It got real spicy.
Let's go ahead and get that together.
It got real spicy,
right? You heard?
Okay, I just had to make sure you was here with us.
All right, hold on.
I wasn't sure.
We gotta just go right to it.
Okay.
All right. So speaking of things that's going on out in these streets and being called out and names and things, Highest Notes 2, right?
Okay.
This might be the first time I'm speaking about it.
Wow.
Right.
Exclusive.
Clue. So you might remember Highest Notes, the original EP that we dropped in the 2020 situation. And I've been like trying to figure out where we at with the sequel because it seemed like there was a whole lot of love for what we gave out. You know what I'm saying? We dropped that Boiler Room video and it was bananas.
It was.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas then went crazy over
sure
that.
Was.
The gang was there.
Yep.
We was all outside. We was on the roof. We was chilling, partying, smoking, and joking. It was a whole movie.
All of that.
And it's all around. And, you know, and then we dropped a couple of other gems, too. You know what I'm saying? We got the Elixir record.
Okay.
Then you had a couple of yours.
Come on, fam.
You know what I'm saying? The City was burning up. Highest Notes. Hear me sing. How the sample go? And
okay, but what you trying to say though?
All right. So we served up a gem there, but we got to follow it up with the sequel. So that's Highest Notes 2.
Okay.
And so what I'm doing with this one this time around is I'm giving you a visual mixtape. All right, so I thought I would start it off with a little bit of a freestyle because right now Drake is outside, guns is drawn. It's a whole little battlefield.
Guns is definitely drawn.
Going on outside, and that beat that Drake did for push-ups, I thought was so crazy. I had to go off on it, and that's what I did. And so that is the first edition of the Highest Notes 2. That's what I'm bringing back.
First of many.
I believe.
Okay.
If the people want it.
I love it.
Every episode that we drop, I might drop a new one.
Listen, you can never have enough Peezy. So
I want y'all to let me know what's really going on. So that's going to be the Highest Notes 2 freestyle. We got a couple of other surprises with that. But that's where we at with that one.
The prequel to the sequel.
To announce that real quick.
That's fire.
Formally, Highest Notes 2 is coming at you in real time.
Love it.
All right, so stay tuned after this episode. Maybe a new one to drop. Next up, shout out to Lauren Jamal. Lauren Jamal is an R&B artist, and I believe he's from D.C. area, and submitted, and he hit us up on a DM. He has a new album coming out. It'll be out the next day, May 3rd. And, we're going to show him some love. It's called My Own Way. Hey. Just wanted to shout him out. Lauren Jamal doing this thing for a minute. Multi-instrumentalist, multi-talented, self-produced, and kind of been outside for a minute. So
come on, Q plus R&B.
So, plug right there. My Own Way is out May 3rd. So go ahead and go stream that album.
Run it up.
Cop that. He's showing us love.
Yeah.
We'll show that love right back to
Absolutely.
him. You already know what it is. So you might have heard of someone named Doja Cat, who dropped a sequel to the hardest album that came out last year, Scarlet.
I mean,
she came back with a 7-piece on it and, re-upped on it. It's called Scarlet 2 Claude. Have you heard that yet?
I haven't. You was kind of playing a couple of the tunes for me a little bit earlier. I was surprised because I don't know how that fell off of my radar. Because I'm part of I don't know her Navy or her tribe or...
Listen, I think that's going to be on you. I definitely believe that you got to be the number one.
No.
Numero uno leader.
No, I got to Google it.
All the kittens together.
No.
Know what I'm saying?
She has some kind of tribe. I think they call it felines. It's something like that, something to that tune. But
so you a feline?
I'm definitely on that.
You on the feline squad?
I fucks with her. She's ill. But that album was crazy.
Yeah,
it didn't fall in line in time for us to review it.
No,
I remember it missed the radar or the closing window for some reason.
For sure.
But that album,
the original album, Scarlet, definitely was bangers after bangers after bangers, and she came back with the sequel, and it's called Scarlet 2
This is her Scary
Claude.
Hours. She dropped the Scary Hours.
Pretty much, something like that. It references Claude Frollo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and it's like a metaphor for certain negative energy that creators kind of endure. So she's fighting all of that shit. And,
Interesting.
And, going off with the said tracks, and I think pretty much she got bang after bang on that. So I just wanted to shout that out. We was bumping that earlier. That shit was going crazy.
It's a vibe.
She's got a video for Mask featuring Tizo Touchdown. And once I saw that video, I was like, yo, I had to hear the rest. And she giving us the look is giving Eve, early Eve.
Ooh,
Rough Riders First Lady. The way she shaved her head, she's the blonde bombshell.
I saw the cover.
That's kind of what it remind me of, but that's just old school me. I'm always doing that. But she's definitely giving
that's 90s equivalent.
That's definitely a little 90s equivalent there. I think we gave her that for sure. But Doja's definitely doing her thing, stepping it up.
Okay.
Scarlet 2 Claude out right now. Guess who else is out with some new music?
Who?
Nice.
Nice is back?
Nice is dropping little tidbits on their SoundCloud. Lil Nas X.
Okay.
Nazarati 2.
Okay.
That's what's happening. He has a few songs out on his SoundCloud page right now. He's been teasing them week after week since the beginning of April. And there's about 3 of them right now. The most popular one is called Light Again.
Okay.
3.7 million plays on SoundCloud. And for me, that's probably the best one. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta get up on it. I haven't heard any of these.
I think he kind of teasing.
Just dropping them.
Just because there wasn't really a lot of good reception to the single that he dropped earlier in the year.
It seemed like what was it?
Like
Montero too?
Yeah, it was like a carbon copy of what he was doing with Montero, Call Me By Your Name, doing all the religious imagery and the weird shit that he had on in the video, being on the cross. It's called, what is it called? J Christ? It's called J Christ, the song.
Yeah.
So he's back at it, and I guess he's teasing his next mixtape project, Nazarati 2, which is a sequel to like pretty much an unknown mixtape before he blew up.
Yeah.
So that's what he's got going on SoundCloud. Y'all go check that out.
He's trying to take it back to the roots.
Trying to take it back to the roots.
Okay.
And you know
yeah,
what I'm
like
saying?
it's kind of weird that creative choice. Like whoever is, behind the decision making as far as what to come out with next after that big, release he had, that big run, that big year. For that to be like, it was like they took the cutting room floor stuff and was like, all right, let's just put together another video with this and like.
He sees these songs.
I don't know. It was a strange move, but I'm glad so these are kind of in a different line. He's kind of taking it back and it's a different vibe. I saw the look recently on Instagram. He dropped a couple of pictures. He got a whole new look. He got like the big baggy bell-bottom jeans on with like a crop top tank and a low fade, like low Caesar. I'm like, all right, he giving a new and improved look.
He's definitely giving us a new look.
Okay.
And definitely teasing this mixtape and kind of like, I guess, not shift the narrative, but like pivot a little bit.
Hey, man, you got to keep it moving. A little bit more raw. You got to move forward. Sometimes it don't,
So let's see what else Nice got for us. If he got some more hits up his sleeve, you know what I'm saying? Kind of give us another moment like he did with Montero. Speaking of moments, Queen Beyonce.
Uh-oh.
Cowboy Carter.
Mm-hmm.
What you know about that?
You know what I mean? I got a little.
I just want to applaud her for the audacity to do country.
Yeah.
I've never really been the biggest fan of country. I do know some of it. I do listen to people like Kenny Rogers and
I fuck with Kenny Rogers.
John Denver or Garth Brooks. I'm familiar with some of the names. Dolly Parton, of
Willie
course.
Nelson.
Willie Nelson. Maybe Jimmy Buffett.
Mm-hmm.
So like Dolly Parton is definitely on the album. Miley Cyrus is on the album. And, I definitely admire the Queen for being the one to make that statement. And,
I saw like it was like a kind of cheat code of all of the little symbols and subliminal joints she was dropping throughout the album. Like she was paying a lot of homage to like the first black female cowgirls and stuff like that. Like she was doing a lot of that stuff in a weave, like, showing like the historic importance of country music and all that shit in the weave throughout the album. So it wasn't only like dope musically and sonically, like she was kind of being heady about how she even fed it to the people, which was dope. And it sounded like she was just doing Beyonce doing country. Like it wasn't like she was trying to.
That was my thing. It's like it sounds like a Beyonce album.
Yeah, she was bringing her sauce with a country twang.
Exactly, just with a bunch of banjos,
country
and
samples
guitars.
and stuff like that. Like it was hard,
and it's dope. That's dope. I definitely respect the Queen for doing all of that. And Cowboy Carter's out right now, and right there with Cowboy Carter, we got the new Tay Tay. The new Tay Tay is out. You heard that new Tay Tay?
I've heard some of it. You heard some of
it?
I haven't heard all of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's fam. You talking about a healthy listen?
Yeah.
Like, is that she did a double whammy, right? She dropped the deluxe.
She dropped the
like
original
the next day
album,
or something.
The original album, and then like 2 hours later, did the same thing she did with Midnights. Dropped the deluxe, but this time it was like a whole
31 songs.
Like she gave you a double album.
Man, that's a lot. I gotta pace myself with that one. Like I gotta, you know what I'm saying. And I feel like I'm a hear it anyway. Like just
you're definitely gonna hear it
in the environment. So
because all 10 of the songs, the first 10 songs are already taking up the top 10 on the Hot 100.
The joint with Post is fire. I like that joint.
I definitely was
that joint hard.
I like that one. It's not. It's definitely dope.
Yeah.
She had a couple of other cuts on there that I enjoyed. What was it? Florida. With Florence Welch from Florence and the Machine.
I heard that one as well. That one is hard.
And I heard it was a little Kim Kardashian beef. That Kim Kardashian just was like, okay, whatever, next.
Oh, she just brushed it off? She didn't she paid it?
I don't know what the fuck going on between them. She's still mad about that whole I made that bitch famous thing.
Yeah, I mean,
still?
That girl, like, you tried to humiliate her like in front of the world. Like, I don't rock with you like that. Like,
we're all over it. All over it.
Well, she ain't apparently, so.
Oh, anyway, next up, Ice Spice acting debut on a Spike Lee joint with Denzel Washington.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Ice Spice and Denzel?
That Ice Spice is, getting her
Right.
first
I gotta
acting
see this.
role in a Spike
You
Lee
think
joint.
you the shit, bitch?
Think you the right.
You not even the
the
fart.
fart.
Okay, come on, Ice Spice. Yo, she tapped in.
Yeah.
She tapped in. She been getting some looks.
Sure,
I love
sure
it.
thing. You
Come
know what
on,
I'm
Ice
saying?
Spice.
Ice Spice, her non-rapping
You better
ass.
go ahead.
We fuck with you. We definitely fuck with you in the Queer Plus community. We following you. We seeing what you doing next. Shout out to you. You already know. Brittany Griner. Now, not newly home, but been home for like over a year.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to them. Her and her wife, Sherelle, expecting their firstborn son in about 3 months.
Oh, wow.
Less than that by the time this airs.
Congrats. That's dope.
Just want to send a shout out and good healing energy to her because, I'm sure, that whole experience being locked up in a Russian jail for
Traumatic.
a long-ass time, definitely takes some healing. And we're glad she's back and celebrating a new family and all that. So shout out to her.
Dope. Shout out to her.
You already know. Gerard Carmichael.
Oof.
The Gerard Carmichael reality show. All right. So,
Right.
how many episodes have you seen of this shit?
I've seen 2 full episodes.
2 full episodes?
Yes. How many are there?
There are 4.
Okay, so I'm only missing 2. It's
There
not
are
bad.
4 right now.
Okay.
And I've seen all 4 of them.
I've seen all 4.
My favorite one is him standing up to his pops because his pops was basically a philanderer, had a whole separate family separate from the one Gerard was raised in. And, Gerard confronts him about it in a little trip that they take. I forgot where they went to. But they were taking a trip, and it was really all about Gerard confronting his pops about that. And he had his pops pretty shook.
Whoa.
Pretty fucking shook, if I do say so myself.
Interesting.
That show, it just finds a way to be the most cringiest thing, but the most honest thing.
So cringy.
I don't understand how that works, but it takes a special type of individual to bring that forth to us.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to Gerard. He was on the Breakfast Club a few, maybe not too long ago.
I did see
confronting Charlemagne about the bullshit with him and the slave joke. And I was kind of on Charlemagne's side.
Like the race play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I didn't see. Is that in the 3rd episode? 'Cause I didn't see that.
that is in the 2nd episode.
That's in the 2nd episode?
It's in
I
the
didn't see
second
that part.
episode because that was the one about him cheating on his boyfriend all the time, even though he's trying to be serious, which is why I can't take him seriously.
Yeah.
But I don't know. These are just my misgivings. I can't take you seriously anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I got to see the rest of the episodes. I would love to see the episode with him and his pops. That sounds really interesting,
It's
actually.
very interesting. I think that's the one worth the watch.
It is. The thing I give the kudos to the most about it is the uniqueness and the fact that nobody else is giving us this.
Yeah, that's definitely.
I think he said that on the Breakfast Club show. He tried to make the show that he wanted to see or that he wished was around when he was coming of age and was younger. You don't have anything out there close to this as far as, especially coming from a black gay male standpoint.
Indeed.
It's very bold and honest, but definitely cringeworthy.
Definitely messy as
very,
fuck.
very cringy, very messy.
It can't.
I
get
can't
no
front.
messier.
I'm judging him a little bit.
I'm judging him every fucking time.
so
Every time.
It's definitely one of those. But I got to see the rest of it. I'm interested in checking it out. Did you ever see his show before this?
I did see
the show before he came out. No, the Carmichael show.
Oh no, I did not.
It was literally he had a sitcom show on I think it was NBC or something like that. He had a sitcom show on a network. Black cast, predominantly black cast. The Carmichael Show. He was the star of his own sitcom. It was crazy.
Is that where the fuck he came from?
Yes. This was before he came out in the specials and all that. I've been on to him.
You was on the mixtape era.
Yeah,
I missed the mixtape era.
Yeah, you missed it. It's cool though. You could catch up because it's all out there. You know what I'm saying? Everything digitized. So
Fuck this nigga. Anyway, kiss it and hug your body. How I like it now. How I want to stroke you off. We're back to the Doja. But that's it for the streets. You know what I'm saying? I hope you enjoyed that.
All right.
We back.
We are back. Come on now.
Back, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so the streets is burning up a little bit. They seem like they, you know what I'm saying? It's heating up. It ain't burning yet. It's just heating up.
Not fever pitch yet.
Lukewarm.
That's soon. This is soon.
Okay. All right.
Stay tuned.
All right, so in that note, we're going to have a smoking session in the smoking section. Woo.
It's about that time.
It's been a minute. You know I stay in the smoking section, but I love to come to the official smoking section because it's only one official smoking section, and that's here at the HTP with your man EarthTone and your man Peezy.
Indeed.
Come on now.
So what we talking about this time around? I heard some big things happening.
Yeah, I had to light it for this one. So it's been a lot stirring in the pot lately when it comes to this marijuana. And all of these policies and all of the legislation and all of the rules and all the red tape and blah, 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 right? So recently, as we all know, there's a big disconnect between the marijuana legalization when it comes to the federal and the state level, right? It's a disconnect. A lot of the states, like the one we're in, New York, New Jersey, California, all legalized medicinal, recreational, both. Legalized on the state level. When it comes to the federal level, not so much, right? Still illegal. This comes into play in particular for me when it comes to like traveling, flying, getting on planes, anything that, because it's legal here. I could carry up to a certain amount of ounces on me if I wanted to, smoke freely, do my thing, right? Going on a plane, traveling with that, you go into another state that might have, have it legalized recreationally as well.
Right.
But airports are federal land, so you can't really have it on you once you get into the airport. So that's a whole thing. Like, we were just talking about Brittany Griner. She went to she had the cartridge on her, the weed cartridge.
Yep.
Brought it to a country that didn't play that, and that was a wrap. So it's like, is it worth it? So there's this whole debate. There's this whole push for the decriminalization of marijuana. Now, they've been talking about it for a few years now, but recently, as of last year, actually, they're pushing even more so. They're doing like a review on it. So they went and actually did a study, and they made a case to present to the White House to be like, listen, this is what we did, this is what we looked over, and these are our findings, and this is our recommendation, right? So marijuana right now is on the schedule. So when you talk about drug classification, everything is like on a schedule system, right? There's 5 different schedules. So you got Schedule 1, Schedule 2, so on and so forth, down to Schedule 5. Marijuana right now is a Schedule 1 drug, right? And it's on the list with other drugs like cocaine, Oxycontin, fentanyl,
heroin,
methamphetamine, and then you got marijuana. It's like, all right, it's like the odd.
Which one of these
like
is
not
not
like the
other?
like it's like, all right, what's going on here? Something not adding up. So the push now, what they're trying to do is get it, declassified per se. So they want to bring it down to a Schedule 3, which would put it on the list with drugs like ketamine, which is, we've been talking about, I think we talked about that on the last episode, testosterone, and then codeine. So these are the level 3 drugs, and that's where they're trying to put marijuana, right? So the Department of Health and Human Services, they went and they conducted this marijuana study, and they reviewed the policies, they reviewed the effects, they reviewed all of the studies that have been, done so far, and they recommend that, it be declassified, brought down to Schedule 3. And all of that is cool. Everybody's like, yo, let's go. Biden, President Biden right now is getting behind it. VP Kamala Harris, they're both kind of pushing it. They're even, weaving it into their upcoming campaign for, re-election. That's how close it's getting to, you know, being passed. But right now it's in the hands of the DEA, which is the Drug Enforcement Administration. So they overseeing it. So they have, you know, what the human resources, the Health and Human Services presented. They had the recommendation, and now it's up to them to kind of pass it and finalize it. But a lot of people are saying, like, that's not enough. Like, yeah, it should be down on Schedule 3, but it shouldn't have been on Schedule 1 in the first place. And actually, it shouldn't even be on any of the schedules. So they saying it should just be legalized and removed completely. So that's where this whole debate of legalization versus decriminalization comes into play, because you're going to decriminalize it, bring it down on the schedule, but it's still, you know, up there on the schedule, and it's not seen.
They can't even test it. They can't even really have a lot of studies on it because it's a Schedule 1 drug. So it's like a catch-22. You can't really know what all the benefits are if you're not able to test it, if it's illegal to test it.
Exactly. So that's where they at with it now. But I mean, it's kind of an exciting time because this is as close, and this is as much as you've heard of this conversation happening, like out in the open and in the public forum. And it's a serious debate, and it's a serious policy that might pass. And, you know, if marijuana is decriminalized at least and becomes, you know, legalized federally, you can move around with it like you can with, you know, other Schedule 3 drugs.
They're trying to make it at least if it's a Schedule 3, I think it'll be at least medicinal. It'll be like for medical.
I mean, you can do ketamine therapy, which is a new thing. Like, they're using that for medical studies, and it's legal, and you can pay for it, and, you know,
and at least be like that. So
so exactly, you can't do that with Schedule 1 drugs.
Yeah.
So that's where they at with it, man. So that's what's going on in the smoking section. Hey, you know we love to hear it. The progression is always welcome. I say better late than never, but shit, hurry up.
Yeah.
Hurry up and take time
with it.
Go slow. Go slow. And on that note, man, we're going to end it like we always like to end it.
On the high.
Motherfucking high note.
This is it, what? Fettuccine with the team, we getting lit. What? Got it rolled up, now who really tryna hit? One, puff, puff, then we pass.